Please take everything I say in this video with a grain of salt, as I am new, and when I say new, I mean literally 6 days ago to keeping frogs.
Hello guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about this terrarium and what's inside it.
So a quick overview of this tank is it's an 18 by 18 by 24 terrarium made by Thrive. I have some plastic pipes, a handful of plants in here, and this has been set up for roughly 3 days now. So far, all seems to be going well in this terrarium, and hopefully it'll continue to do so. So now I'm going to talk about the substrate. So to start off with, I have the drainage layer, which is mesh and lava rock, and then I have coconut fiber and eco earth, and then on top of that, I have sphagnum moss on the surface. This is what I used to spray down the tank and mist it. I mist it every night. I got this ball from Home Depot for like $7. And then the water dish, which we actually had to buy another one. This is the second one I got because the original was too short. Although this one is extremely deep, and they don't seem to be able to empty it in one night. I have a digital humidity and heat meter right on top of the tank so I can keep an eye on it. I have a UVB bulb right there, and then I have a heat bulb right there, which keeps them nice and warm. I have two tongs, the metal ones for moving stuff and the wood ones for feeding the frog. This is a bioactive terrarium, so I have plenty of springtails and I think maybe 19 to 18 orange isopods, which are somewhere in this terrarium. I could not find any to video for the life of me. Here's the plants that I put in here. I put a big old pothos in here, and then I also put this other random plant, which I got from Home Depot. They both seem to be doing okay-ish. Definitely not the best, but considering I haven't really kept houseplants before, I'd say they're doing relatively well. This one is doing much better. It actually appears to be growing with no yellowing or any issues with the leaves, and the frogs definitely absolutely love it. I thoroughly rinsed both of these plants off 3 days ago, along with the day before I put them in here. I kept a good close eye on them and quarantined them for 3 days before they went into the tank, and so far they seem to be doing well. And here's the pipes. As you can see, they perform basically as big old fake logs. The frogs could care less if it's wood or plastic, and they seem to like the pipes even though they're not real wood. And here's one of the frogs hiding in the leaves. They're absolutely adorable, and in case you were wondering what kind of frog they are, they're white Australian tree frogs. And they're absolutely adorable. They're also called, I think it's dumpy tree frogs, or something along the lines of that. Personally, I think they should just be called morbidly obese, green guys that jump around the tank all the time and scream occasionally. While I'm misting down the tank, I'm going to talk about the research I did on these guys. So I've been wanting to get these guys for quite a long while now, so I had a good feeling of what they're going to be like to take care of and all that fun jazz. However, I did do thorough research online and all that good jazz before I got them, and so far it seems to be paying off and they seem to be doing really well. However, I've only had them for 6 days now, so I can't exactly say for certain, especially since white tree frogs are really good at hiding symptoms of diseases and whatnot. Here soon, I'm going to be placing some more pipes higher up in the tank, clipped to the side with suction cups, so that way they'll have some more spaces to climb on. Because right now, I don't have a lot of stuff near the top, only a few pipes, and then of course, you know, the tops of the plants, which I don't think really counts, and they definitely need a little bit more climbage on the top of the tank, which I will be providing them here shortly. I'm absolutely in love with these guys. I definitely think they were the right frog for me, and they have a lot of personality. However, they are nocturnal, and they are very adorable.
You have to be very careful, as the slightest bit of chemicals can actually kill these guys, which would be a big no-no.
These guys can live to be up to 16 years old, so they're quite the commitment.
Currently, I've got these white tree frogs eating mealworms and crickets from the wooden tongs. They've all eaten at least a few times, and this one in particular is called Fatty and has eaten quite a lot. I think maybe probably 8 mealworms at this point and like 4 crickets in the past 6 days. Fatty definitely seems to be doing really well. I think their diet's probably going to be the trickiest part about taking care of them, because I have to have experience in order to really get a hold of it. Although I do have vitamins, calcium, all of that good jazz for them. and have been trying to feed them appropriately to not overfeed or underfeed any of them. Although, of course, it is difficult. As I said, I have no experience.
I just recently started my mealworm colony, probably around 3 weeks ago, so that's why there's not a whole lot of mealworms in here, is because almost all of them have pupated already. And so as you can see, there's a bunch of pupa in here, like this guy right here. Pupas are the in-between between the mealworm and the actual mealworm beetle. I'll eventually fish these out of the mealworm container, which are those little guys right there, and I'll put all of the pupas into the pupa container, which actually has a few beetles in it because, like I said, the pupas will turn into these beetles, and once they turn into beetles, I'll move them from the pupa container, which is really full of pupas, into the mealworm beetle container. If I was to leave these beetles in here for just slightly too long, they would actually eat the pupa because they need the moisture to survive, and they don't have any because I obviously don't feed the pupa because they're pupating. Here's the beetles. I obviously have a lot more oats in here, as when they lay their eggs, I don't want them to eat the eggs. And judging by the amount of beetle density in this box, I should hopefully have a lot of eggs here soon. Although they take roughly 9 to 10 days from what I've seen to sexually mature, so all of my beetles in here are around 8 to 7 days old, so not quite all of them are sexually mature yet, and in about 10 days or so, I should start seeing a lot of eggs in this container. And once they are fully mature, I'll have to sift out the beetles once or twice a week to separate the eggs out, so that way I can have all their eggs and not have them get eaten at all. Okay, now it's time to feed the frogs.
Okay, now I'm just gonna let some footage of their cuteness play so that way y'all can enjoy it just as much as I do.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, go check out my TikTok and Instagram for high quality footage and photos. See ya.